On the back of the victorious contest in the 2024 governorship election, the winner and incumbent governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, is taking his appreciation for the confidence reposed in him by the electorate beyond words. To demonstrate this gratitude prompted Governor Aiyedatiwa and his running mate Olaide Adelami to lead members of the All Progressives Congress on a thank you rally across the metropolis of Akure, the state capital. The thank you rally, which took off from the government house in Alagbaka, moved through the popular NEPA roundabout to the Arakale business hub. With enthusiasm, the businessmen and women momentarily abandoned their transactions to acknowledge Governor Aiyedatiwa's appreciation with a display of excitement. The excitement was palpable as commuters and passers-by joined the motorcade of the governor as it moved to Isikon Market. As dusk began to set in, the thank you rally thereafter proceeded to bypass axis of the state capital. And then to the Obade Shida Road. At Ojaoba, traders and residents who were done with the day's task waved and captured the moment of thanksgiving by the governor and his team. The music, which rendered the market atmosphere, provided a spark of energy for the residents chanting slogans in support of the governor. The Director General of the APC Campaign Council and member representing Ondo East, Ondo West Federal Constituency, Dr. Abiola Makinde, said the APC won the election because of the confidence and the belief the people had in the candidate, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. He emphasized that the thank you rally was to appreciate the people for giving the governor another 4 years to serve.
And the governor returned to the city to thank them for what they have done, voting for them, and we use Akure as a point of contact to all the other 17 local governments to thank them for their trust in the government, in himself, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, and his deputy governor, Dr. Adelami. So what we did today is to thank the people. He waved to almost everyone along the way to thank them for the victory. And that's exactly what we've done. And that's he's a man that is of good character, a cerebral, and also a good listener. So you could tell that impromptu he had to go there and just thank them.
The victory of the All Progressives Congress and its candidate, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, is a record win in the political landscape of Ondo State, with the electorate across the 18 local government areas vesting in the candidate a mandate to steer the affairs of the state. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News. More commendations have continued to trail the just concluded governorship election in Ondo State as observer groups described it as free, fair, and credible. Team leader of Coalition of INEC accredited election observer groups for 2024 Ondo State governorship election, Al-Jamir Mohammed, while briefing pressmen on their observations, said the exercise met international standards and best practices. Omoriola Mbuji has details.
Early arrival of INEC officials and electoral materials, impressive turnout of voters, proper representation of security personnel, among others, were part of the observations of the groups.
The conduct of the Ondo State governorship election held last Saturday,
while noting that the governorship election has been the most peaceful exercise in recent times, the leader of the group, Al-Jamir Mohammed, attributed the success story to proper orientation provided before the election.
the coalition of the INEC accredited election observer groups that observe the 2024 Ondo governorship election do hereby state that the election, which was conducted being free, and not only free, but fair, credible, and violence-free, which makes it to meet the international standards and best practices all over the world.
Al-Jamar commended the timely arrival of results at the collation centers, stressing that the process was transparent, peaceful, and orderly.
Counting process was also credible, as the party agents present during the counting period signed the result sheets, an indication of affirming the authenticity of the election results, after which the results were conveyed to the RA Coalition Center with the escort of the security personnel. Most of the results arrived at the coalition centers on time, and the process was transparent, peaceful, and orderly.
He recommended that more intensive grassroots advocacy and voter education should be prioritized in the subsequent elections.
Officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force, NPF, Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, that is NSCDC, Department of State Services, DSS, Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, etc., and the manner in which they conducted themselves was very friendly.
The off-cycle governorship election in Ondo State was conducted on Saturday, November 16, 2024, which returned the incumbent governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, into power. Omori Olahunbiji, Osrc News.
Reports just reaching us now says Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa is about now receiving a certificate of return following his victory at the just concluded governorship election. The event, holding in Abuja, has been attended by top government functionaries, political associates, and party faithful. We'll bring you more from that event holding in Abuja in our subsequent bulletin. A presidential candidate in the upcoming Nigeria Union of Journalists election, Dele Atumbi, has promised to prioritize the welfare of members if elected. Mr. Atumbi, during his campaign visit to Ondo State, told journalists in Akure that he has all it takes to take the union to the next level. Abidemi Akinwotu reports that the upcoming election marks the end of Chris Isiguzo's 3-year tenure as president, paving the way for of the union. The report.
For Mr. Dele Atumbi, it was a homecoming at the Ondo State Council of Nigerian Union of Journalists. Atumbi was a 2-term secretary and 2-term chairman at NUJ in Ondo State. Having served as Vice President Southwest, he is taking short a number position in the Nigerian Union of Journalists. His campaign is centered on promotion of honesty, transparency, competent leadership, among others.
Our insurance scheme, we intend to come up with safety funds to take care of our members because of the hazardous nature of our job. And at the end of the day, we intend to protect and project the interests of journalists in this country. We need to change the orientation of how journalism is practiced in this country so that we get the best for our members and for the nation. We are service providers, and as service providers, I can assure you that we'll continue to provide services for the nation, and in line with our social responsibility, we'll project and protect the interests of journalists and journalism practice in Nigeria.
Members of the union shared their expectations and desired qualities for the upcoming elected president.
He had been, been a leader at a national level as well. So what I have to say about him for the kind of qualities he has, if he should become the president of our union, definitely is going to, have great impact on the union. So I wish him the best.
Dele Atumbi's notable accomplishment was also highlighted.
Prince Dele Atumbi is somebody that we look up to as journalists, because when we started this profession, he was the chairman of NUJ, and we knew how he has performed, or how he performed, and we knew that he's always been a man of capability. He can do better if he's found in another position, an higher position. So Prince Atumbi is somebody that is going to change NUJ. If he's given that chance to be the president of our union, I know he will do better, because he had shown us what he's able, what he's capable of doing when he was the chairman of NUJ in Ondo State, and I know he can do better as the president of NUJ.
As the union prepares for this critical transition, Atumbi remains steadfast in its dedication to the union's growth and progress. This significant milestone presents as opportunity for the union to reflect on its accomplishments, rehearses its goals, and elect a new president to steer the organization forward. Abidemi Akinrotoye, Osrc News.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has commemorated International Women's Day celebration with empowerment of women in Ondo State. Themed the role of women in sustainable development, the occasion held in Akure highlighted and celebrated the significant contributions of women to the sustainable growth of the Niger Delta region. Our correspondent, Kunario, reports.
The event was powered by the Benino Urban Development Foundation and featured the participation of women leaders, dignitaries, policymakers, and advocates from various sectors. The gathering emphasized the critical role women play in economic, social, and developmental sustainability, aligning with Global Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). The Executive Director, Corporate Services of NDDC, Ifedayo Abegunde, acknowledged the importance of women inclusivity in sustainable development. Particularly women are given the platform to contribute their skills and perspectives. Delivering a lecture, one of the guest speakers, Mrs. Oniomomumi, pointed out that women's health, both physical and mental, is fundamental to achieving broader sustainability development objectives.
We need to educate ourselves often. We need to have education campaigns about health, campaigns about well-being. In fact, campaigns about how we dress and look. Yes. We need to take all these things very, very important. As women, we have to be the wife, the girlfriend, the side chick, the mother, the sister of your husband. He has to see everything in you.
In a lecture, one of the guest speakers, Justina Akredolu, noted that women are often central in grassroots community development.
Women are very powerful. Please encourage yourselves, encourage your female children to be financially responsible, to be financially literate. Learn how to do something. Have something in your hands. Something that can take care of you. Something that can sustain you.
The speakers underscored the need to invest in women's health, education, and economic opportunities, stressing that the investment is not just a social obligation, but also a catalyst for national growth.
They should try to bring this kind of a program down to our domain, not to the urban. So these people can be part of it. They can know what is going on in the society. They can know what is going on in the women development. They can know the role of women particularly. Not that they can only be fishing and farming. They can know that women too are capable in one area.
We go to go and practice this at home.
There was a call to action urging stakeholders, government agencies, and the public to continue to support women empowerment as a critical component of sustainable development. Kunle Ariyo, Osrc News.
The Administrative Secretary, Signage and Advertisement Agency, Ondo State, Mrs. Olubunmi Adedayo, has bowed out of civil service after 35 years of government engagement. It was showers of encomium as she drew the curtain on the civil service having served meritoriously. The pens down ceremony held at the agency's headquarters in Accra, the Ondo State capital. And that's such our reports. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.
No, keep it cool.
Queen Tara, we need to discuss today's ceremony. The Boggans have crossed our borders
You're not
again.
getting enough sunshine. Yes, it's Ronan. Well, I think he looks silly kneeling